This is the various logos that I worked out.
Okay.
We obviously, you and I had talked about some of the things that you like and you may want to see in it.
The intertwining of the two initials has got to be my favorite. I started working with Leon because of the fact that I had first found out that he had worked with Phil Collins on the Dance Into the Light. And since I had been working with so much of the Genesis and Phil connection on this album, I wanted somebody to do the visual side that was connected along that side as well.
I decided to give it a watercolor treatment. This does hark back a little bit to the Genesis.
Oh yeah, trick of the tail almost, almost that type of
and it's a
color.
completely different design, but you know.
Leon's worked with, anybody who's everybody. Jethro Tull, Phil Collins, Yes, King's X. He's a go-to guy in the industry when it comes to actually going for something that's going to be eclectic, that's something that really definitively makes a statement from a visual perspective. Right.
You know, because a lot of times when I do an album cover, I listen to the music a ton and try to get a feel for what I want to do, but the title on this was so strong. I actually felt that I should do something visual with the title more so than just the music. Tell me something. The phrase itself is inspiring on its own. But I like Dali, and and it's not like everything I do is Dali, but I like the idea of giving this thing a surrealistic setting of sorts. Because if I just put a mundane image of a phone on a street, everybody knows that, it has to have some special.
Well, having Leon do this, I knew that I was hitting a home run from the minute I stepped up to the plate, based upon the fact that I knew that whatever he was going to bring to the table was going to be visually appealing to any age, because anything that he does from a graphic design standpoint is totally intriguing. I like the concept of the phone, just arbitrarily placed in the desert in the middle of nowhere.
Phones tell you stuff.
Well, that's the bottom line. I mean, the worst thing that I think could happen to me, other than having to explain what a lyric means, is turning around and having to explain why did I pick the cover that I picked. You know what I'm saying?
The image is kind of like a dream. When you dream, you recognize everything, but nothing is really in the place where they normally are. You don't usually go and walk through dunes and find public phones every half a block or so. But in this image you do, because that's the analogy of the thing, of tell me something.
If I were to pick the two, based upon if I had unlimited funds to be able to turn around and say, okay, I'm just going to do two different album covers and see which one, sells better. But I like the concept of the space. It breathes. This album cover definitely breathes. It still tells the story. And you know what? It's got that interesting, the sand falling out of the album.
Today's CDs, a lot of times, they're just like close-ups of pieces or photos. I wanted to have something, the equivalent of a vinyl cover. I know we don't have the 12 by 12 like we used to, but I still like to keep that idea, because I think it has more visual punch.
Definitely this is spot on, because, you look at it, I keep gravitating. I can look away and keep gravitating to, out of the four of these, to that one. I didn't have to think twice about working with Leon. It was a no-brainer. The relationship evolved and developed, and it's gotten to the point where not only where we are currently colleagues, but we're friends. That's fantastic. I mean, Leon, it's just brilliant work. Brilliant work.